Wishing you all happiness, clarity, and freedom on this fantastic day. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. No matter what experience you're going through, no matter what dark time you're going through in your life, no matter how terrible it seems, no matter how dark it seems in this moment, there's always a light to be found at the end of the tunnel. So keep moving forward. Do not give up on yourself. Do not turn back. Do not give up on yourself. That is the worst thing that we can do, is give up on ourselves. So always listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition, your inner tutor, your intuition. Listen to that. Listen to that part of yourself, and you will thrive in this life. You will enjoy this life so much. And I hope you all are doing well. I hope everything is going smoothly. I hope life is treating you well. I hope life is treating you amazing. And today's a special day because we're chatting about trauma. We're chatting about trauma. This is something that we need to speak about. This is something that we need to bring to the light. Let's focus on bringing the darkness to the light, because so often in this world and so often in this life, we as humans have a tendency to push things under the surface, push things down into the underworld, Pluto, down into the underworld where we can't see them, where they can remain hidden, and then they can come up in our dreams and scare us, right? So let's focus on bringing these darker aspects of ourselves to the light, because the truth is that it's not good or bad. It's not good or bad. It's just darkness and light. It's actually just light and the absence of light. So let's focus on shining the light. That's all we have to do, really, is focus on shining the light, because it's just light and the absence of light. That's all it is. Light is the only thing that exists. Light is the truth. So with trauma, a lot of us in this life, we have trauma. Okay, I have past trauma. And actually just last night in my dream, I had this trauma come up again. Okay, earlier in my life, I had an extremely traumatic event occur in my life experience that truly is what started to wake me up. Truly is what started to trigger my evolutionary journey in consciousness. It really started to trigger that for me. And that's why I now look back at it, and it's the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. And it wasn't just one traumatic event. It was actually a series of very similar events over the course of a couple years that happened to me. And this woke me up, very much so. This started to wake me up. This triggered my self-improvement journey. This triggered my spiritual journey, meditation, focusing on retaining my life force energy, semen retention. I had a comment on my last video about semen retention. Okay, and semen retention, yes, you are right. It is vital. It is literally what creates life. It is the power inside of you that can create another life. So it is the most important thing ever. So semen retention, things like meditation, things like going deeper within yourself. Okay, this is the journey that got kicked off for me a couple years ago. Okay, actually more than a couple years ago. It was quite a while ago. But this is what happens, okay, when we have these traumatic events, they're not bad things. Yes, they are extremely uncomfortable in the moment. We go through these traumatic events and we get depressed because for so long we have been pushing away the darker, hidden aspects of life, not realizing that they're not actually bad, because nothing's good or bad. But in this world, we have been conditioned and programmed to believe that there is a right and there is a wrong, to believe that things have to be in a certain matrix, in a certain way. And if they're outside of that matrix, then it's wrong, and I'm bad, and I'm doing something wrong, and I'm a weirdo, right? But that is not true. See, when you have a spiritual awakening, you realize that you were living in a box. When you have a spiritual awakening, you realize that you were living inside of a box, okay? You were living inside of a box that you created in your own mind, because there is no outside world. The outside world is an illusion. You created this box in you, in your mind. It's your box, okay? You can't blame anybody else for creating this box for you, right? You created this box based off of this world, the outer reality that you're seeing with your two eyes. And the truth is that we came here to transcend these boxes. We did not come here to stay in these boxes. The very purpose of this life, in my opinion, is to put ourselves in boxes and then realize later on that, wow, I was living in a box. See, right now I'm probably living in another box. But later on in life, I'll look back and I'll realize, wow, I was living in a box, and now I'm out of that box. And now I'm going to create a new box for myself, right? So this is the journey. This is the process of life. So traumatic events oftentimes are what trigger the major box breakthrough. I'm going to call it the major box breakthrough right now, okay? That's just what came to my head. The major box breakthrough, this is oftentimes triggered by extremely traumatic events that make you question your reality. Okay, and this is exactly what happened to me back in 2017. Okay, this is exactly what happened to me. An extremely traumatic event that made me question the very core of who I am, the very core of my entire reality. And I didn't see it coming. Okay, oftentimes you're not going to see this coming. You're not going to see these traumatic events coming. They're just going to happen based off of the divine timing of the universe. They're just going to happen. And when these things happen, okay, when you have these traumatic events, a lot of you watching this video, you've probably already had your major traumatic event. You've probably had your major awakening. If you're woke, if you're more tuned to yourself, more tuned to the deeper aspects of life, you probably had your major box breakthrough. But understand that these things keep happening, right? Oftentimes we have that major box breakthrough, but then we put ourselves in another box, and then we break through from that box. And then when we break through from that box, we build another box, right? So, and it's these traumatic events. It's these traumatic events. But what I want to tell you today is to shine light on these traumatic events. Shine light on these traumatic events. Oftentimes, they come up in our dreams because we push them down, we push them away in our day-to-day life when the sun is up, when we can see everything, right? We push these things down, we push them away. And then when our subconscious mind becomes active at night, they come up. Our fears come up. That's why fears come up in our dreams. It's like the universe trying to tell you, hey, face these things. Look at these things head on. So the next time that you try to push away a traumatic event that happened in your life, I want you to instead do this one thing, do this simple trick. When you catch yourself starting to have a little bit of fear, have a little bit of anxiety with regards to a traumatic area in your life, I want you to catch that and then send love to that thing. Send unconditional love to that thing. Repeat the word love in your mind. Repeat things in your mind. I love blank. I love this aspect of myself. I'm not going to push it away. I'm going to be with it 100%. I'm going to be with it 100%. And that's what love really is. It's being with yourself. It's being with everything. It's being with everything. So the next time that your fears, your traumas come up, love it. This is the number one way that I have found to get over traumatic events, to get over traumatic experiences. Love your traumatic events. Love your traumatic experiences, because love is the most powerful thing ever. Like I said, it's being with. When you are in love, you are not in duality. You are not in the mindset that you have to push anything away. You are not in the mindset that there is a good and there is a bad. You simply are existing in this moment. You are simply existing in this moment. And it's the most amazing thing ever. So focus on that. Send love to your trauma. Send love to everything, not just your traumas. Send love to other people. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, no matter how they live, accept them for who they are. And send love their way, because the truth is that it's just another you in a different timeline. You see, everyone outside of you, everything outside of you, it's just a reflection. It's just another you in a different space and time. So that's why we came here to love everything. We came here with the ability to merge with everything, to love everything, to not push anything away, to not hide anything under the surface, but to fully accept and shine light on the dark aspects of our life, no matter how tricky it can be, no matter how tested we feel by the universe. This is what we came here to do, to shine light on our traumas, to move past our fears, and then to create more boxes for ourselves so we can exit those boxes again. So I want to thank you all for being here today for this message, talking about trauma, talking about good and bad, talking about shining light, shining love on our fears, because that's what shining light really is. It's shining love. Love is awareness. Love is light. And when you shine awareness on these things, when you shine awareness and light on your fears, they are no longer fears. That's why everyone says, face your fears, right? The more you hold the spider in your hand, the less afraid you will become of it, because you are shining light. You are shining awareness, and you are shining love to that spider, to that fear. So I want to thank you all for being here. I want you all to have a beautiful day. I want you all to shine light on your fears today. I want you all to do your best. Keep doing your best. Keep being strong. Keep pushing through your fears, pushing through the challenges in your life. I love you all so much. And make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.